An attitude of availability. The preparation for flight. The mother starts bringing the food to the nest for the young eagle. She will fly with food just out of the reach of the eagle, forcing him to jump up and stretch his wings. He will usually lose a lot of body fat during this time. Note, what he thinks is going to kill him is what's actually preparing him for flight. What you think that you can't handle tonight will only make you stronger. And sometimes God allows us to go through things to learn us things. Maybe what you're going through right now, you may think that you can never lift up your head, or you can never make it. But you can make it, because God's preparing you for the flight. The separation from the nest. Eventually the eagle's hunger drives him to the edge of the nest, where he spreads his wings and catches the wind, gliding down to find his own food. He fails to find anything at first, and overcome by weakness, he comes to a rough landing. How many of you nights come to a rough landing? Because you're trying to do it on your own, but God can help you. The dedication of the parent. The parents are watching, and when the young eagle has exhausted himself, they drop food at his feet to reward his efforts. God will reward your efforts tonight. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. They then teach him how to take off from the ground and how to hunt. How does this apply to you today? Many of our hard times are simply flight preparations. We are not called to succeed, but to obey. Therefore, our failures need never to be final. Faith doesn't grow through comfort, but through crisis. You don't just wake up one day and have full of faith. You had to go through something to have that faith. God is waiting just beyond our obedience to bless us and take us to that next phase. Sometimes we can't go through point A to point B without going through something. And God's about ready to take you to that next phase in your life, that next chapter that He's about to open. God never closes one door without opening another. He never closes one chapter without opening another. And it's not final. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and shall not be weary. And they shall walk and shall not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Wait. Kava here means to bind together. It's your soul, mind, will, and emotions bound together with God's purposes. We are bound with His purposes tonight. God has a plan and a purpose for your life. You may not know that plan right now, but God has a plan. Burdens equals blessings. And you may say, how can you possibly figure that? A Christian man lost his home and meal when a flood washed them away. He was broken-hearted and discouraged, and he stood surveying his loss. Just when he saw the glittering object that had been uncovered by the waters, it was gold. The disaster, he thought, had made him a beggar, but actually made him wealthy. So too the Lord often, through our troubles, to strip away certain cherished possessions, to show us better treasures of His love and power. How thankful we should be that in every storm of affliction we have the assurance that the Lord has a good purpose in view, and He truly does tonight. I believe it was T.D. Jakes said one time, while I was going through something, I heard him on a television program. I was just switching through channels one day, and I come across them, and he said, don't look how big the mountain is, but look how big your God is. And he went on to say, when you get down to nothing, God is up to something. And that stuck with me. Because truly, sometimes when we get down to nothing, God is up to something. And he's about ready to bless you. The blessing's about ready to come. Just get ready and accept it.